you for always wanting to be with us on this frequency modulation, especially at this time where we bring you Pains, Love, and Family. It's that program that a lot of people would like to tune in and listen to, because we never ever have a dull moment on the program. My name is Moninkanola, and the major is unavoidably absent. It's its turn
to be absent,
not to be on the show, but it's all right. No problem. We're not giving you details. Maybe when he comes back,
he'll give you details.
He'll give us details. Yeah, but Jumoke is becoming not just a PLF ambassador.
And now what?
She's a PLF crooner. You know what
really?
Crooner means? Yes. No. You have left ambassadorial post.
Okay. You deploy, right?
Wow.
So it's just me and Jumi on the show. Well, we're going to, don't worry. We're going
to
guest.
Remember?
No. I'm talking about
us now.
Us.
Okay.
Yes.
That's,
not like you are taking the major.
Oh no. This is seat anyway. I'm even sitting on the seat.
How you doing, Jumi?
I'm fine, and you?
Well,
I'm glad to be here in the month of August.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's the first Friday in the month of August.
No, this is the second Friday.
Okay, the last one was the first day.
No, this is the first Friday. Okay.
No,
the last
it's the first Friday in the month of August.
Yes, coming in August.
Yeah. Okay, so this afternoon we have we're not as much as we used to be on the program.
Yeah.
But
shrink.
Don't worry. We're going to bring all that we need to bring to the table. Aderemi Adesanya is with us. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure being here.
It was a very late invite.
I'm always available for something that affects family.
They said we can chop no.
Yeah. So I welcome everyone to this noble program that we learn how to build a family, how to build and operate home.
Not about home, then.
Relationship, stable relationship, even at work.
Love
and family.
Yeah. Okay, today we want to talk about something that's cut across. A lot of people tend to say that something is wrong with the society, but there's a place where society comes from.
There's a starting point.
Yes, the society doesn't just form itself. The society is made up of people from different backgrounds, from different families, and there's been a whole lot of issues here and there as regards this particular topic, and that's why we're considering looking at it. And it's a large one, but we may not be able to explore all that we need to explore as regards it, but we'll try our bits, and maybe some other times we'll come back to talk about it. It's on parenting, and it's, like I said, it's large. I do not know how long it's going to take us to finish this, if we really can finish it, but for a lot of definitions on parenting and what is expected of parenting, I think the first question that I would like to ask is, I don't want to bring the video that trended, I think last week. Was it last week?
That's over a week.
It's over a week ago already. Okay, there was a video of the little boy that trended when his mom wanted to discipline him and was asking his mom to
calm down.
The calm down crooner.
There's really a whole lot of stories around it. Some people will feel Nigeria take a personal benefit. So people were even trying to analyze that how would the mother camera it, put it out there, and then and a whole lot of issues. Nigerians take things too serious. Why don't you just allow it to be? And a whole lot. Well, before we come to the analysis of that video, I want us to talk about the rudiments of parenting. Jumoke?
Well, I don't think there's any fast and hard rule about bringing up a child. I just know that parenting adds a lot, and it's not just about the biological relationship between the mother, the father, and the child now, and the family. It has a lot to do about it. So there is no rule about how you should bring up your own child. It depends on how you want your child to represent your family outside your home. So I think that if it's deep inside of you, that will help you to know how you are going to bring up your own child to be a good ambassador of your home. Remember, ambassador of your home. Wherever your child is a representative of your house. So if you have that in you, that will help you to bring up the child the way the society will accept him. There is no rule on how to bring up your child.
But you agree with me that there's a difference between an African parent,
of course,
and the English parents.
Of course, yes. And our settings now will tell us that. Our own setting, okay. African settings will tell us that an African child is not expected to behave this way. You know, I say the Western influence now is having a great deal on the children, the way they are growing up. At times you see, let's say for instance, 2 days ago, my kids were watching a cartoon and I mentioned one of the characters and they were like, "Mom, so you stylishly watch this thing?" I was like, "No, it's not as if I'm watching, but you know, when I'm in the kitchen, I listen." You know, they're trying to tell me, to make me understand that maybe I don't belong to that world.
Okay.
That cartoon, what is she, you know? So our settings now should tell us that even if these children want to be influenced by the Western world, we should let them understand that Africa, Yoruba, for example, you don't wake up and tell your mommy, greet your mom with an handshake, "Good morning." It is not possible. We should not into the wrong place. Our settings has a lot to do with the way we are going to bring up our child. Here, you know, the way things are done in the Yoruba settings is entirely different from the Hausa setting and Igbos. Ordinarily, I'm not trying to be biased.
That's why you said that you're being an ambassador of your home,
even
so,
of your own community, of your own ethnic group.
So we have different values that we are trying to push out there. So I think whether Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or whatever, wherever we come from, I think it's important that whatever we are imbibing, when it's being, spilled out, it's something that the society can accommodate. Let me turn to Remy. I think do you think there is something that we're not doing as parents? Would you agree with me that lack of good parenting is one of the reasons we have a bad society?
Sure. When the home is not right, I will go by popular saying, "Show me your kids and I will tell you whom you are."
Kids?
Yes. When to show me if I see your kids outside, I can easily deduce who the parents are. If those are some parents that are not the one that stays home, the kind of life the kids will live will be totally different from what they expected them to be. Because if you put your child in another man's care, it will turn out to be the image of that person.
Yeah.
So what we have in society today, apart from the societal influences, like what we have in social media and all those things, the core value of societal behavior comes from home. You can't have a mother that is well-dressed, well-behaved, and you see his or her own son, outside behaving like something else. He might does that outside to a minimum moderation, but it will tell you, "I can't take this thing home." You understand? And if the monitoring now starts from there, from home to wherever they might be, they will caution themselves. So all the societal ills we are having now starts from home. There was a time on social media, a lady had a birthday for her 3-year-old daughter, and the way I won't call it beautify. Is a daughter. Okay. The way she mesmerized that girl to look like a 50-year-old woman, you will see that girl will learn on that plant to make up, to deceive the potential suitors. At the end of the day, she won't last. Now, another thing happen. If your son or your daughter likes to tell lies, then he or she might have understood that from either the mother or the father, that okay, my father used to come late and he would tell my mommy, no, it's traffic. Whereas the last time they went out, he took the boy to somewhere else where they enjoy, they play, all those things. And instead of telling the mother that, okay, we went so places, it was traffic. And the boy will just master that, okay, next time something happens, I have to divert the whole thing. So whatever image we are having outside in the society now is more or less 70% what we make from home. There are some times now, for example, some people might not want to eat not less than 6 p.m. When you trace that, apart from health issue, there is bound to happen in their house. Maybe their mommy or their dad don't used to eat late. That will have sticks from years of good parenting, how they have been practicing that. If you have a mother that is so respectful, immediately she's not down, or the father is so the same thing, the children will inculcate that. And if you have a fighting parent, the same thing will happen, because before, it takes a lot for someone that have already experienced abuse at home to have a change of heart, change of orientation, because it might happen, most of it goes, 60% of those child that experience abuse at home, maybe their mother and maybe father used to fight, or the mother is a warrior in the street. It takes it takes a lot for that kind of child to know that this is wrong. And most of the time, 70% from data collected, 70% of those kids go the negative way. Only 30% use it to their own advantage, knew that is very wrong. And if you have a father that it takes grace of God, good environment, another environment entirely, to change the mindset of that person's child to know that what my father is doing is wrong. So all what we're having in society now is more or less, I would say 60% of it develops from home. If you have a child that is upright, that it keeps to time, that does things at the right times, you will find out that the parent still do the same thing at home. So anything outside that will just be mingling and trying to be shaped by social.
I think that one of the things that we must talk about on the program today is the factors that really affect good parenting.
Yeah. Because
the society we live in a society where people tend to do photocopy.
Yeah.
You know, Jumoke was saying that there is no definition that you can put to parenting.
There is no definite
what you do
way
in your home to produce the kind of children that you want. It may not work in my home
at all.
Sure.
Because the children have different environments they're growing. They have different genes. They have different upbringing. You know, even you have your own formation. You have your own let's put it like that. Sure. So if you don't have issues of lying, and you know the way you need to pay attention is anger. You need to train your children. If you are somebody who gets angry very, very easily, and you know, children see a lot.
Yeah, whatever they see, that's what.
And whatever they see, they believe that that's the right thing. So if you are a kind of parent that man binu gone, and you have children around you, and oti boss to don, koto realize pe my dad to rim you. You know,
it will take you time to now change.
Some parents would even go to their children and say,
Don't try it.
Don't try it.
You are just deceiving yourself.
No, I think that would change
That would change the mindset that this thing is not good.
Wrong.
But one thing is, for you to perfect that for a very long time, don't do that thing again.
Yes.
Because if you say, what I did, don't do it again, no. Though that one is very wrong. And you did it the second time. The third time you repeated it.
That takes me to this post I saw on good parenting. It says good parenting involves a great deal of consistency and routine, which gives children a sense of control. Good parenting focuses on developing independence in children, so redundancy becomes the aim for parents. Good parenting involves a style that considers children's age and stage of development.
Sure.
Now, like I said earlier, we need to also clarify that aspect of parenting that makes it difficult to have the intention of parenting. Good there's parenting. There's good parenting because every parent is a parent.
Yes,
or there are good parents.
Yes.
Okay, now
there are parents and there are parents.
Okay, now I know there are people who have kids.
Yeah.
And they are separated.
Yeah.
Probably the children are with their mom.
Yeah.
Some people do go as far as, especially if the children are with the mom. Maybe the mom feels that she can't cope. She could take the children to a parents' place, like
grandma,
our own mom, so she could have time for other things. Is that one of the? Do you think that's one of the reasons? Jumoke, let me start with you.
Well, yes and no, because what happens if maybe one of the parents now is late? Fine, he or she might be around.
One of the direct parents, or
one of the direct parents now is late, and this one of them now, the one left behind, don't have any other option than to struggle to fend for those kids. She might end up putting them with a grandma or even employing a nanny to stay with them. So now the onus is now on her to know that, okay, fine, this is the situation I found myself. I have to make sure that there's no repeat of what I went through happening to those kids. That's in the eventuality of divorce now. But if the father or the mother is late now, one of them will have to find a way to better the life of these kids. So it's now one person doing the job of two now. Two in one. So he or she has to struggle to make the life of these kids better. Though there are negative sides to it. Even with the parents around now, maybe the father is not, one of them is not in town. These kids knows when this person is around. Like a mother now, by the time you shout on this, leave there, and the boy or the girl just refuse to listen. I say, okay, don't worry. Your daddy is coming. That child will not even wait for the daddy to arrive. Just, your daddy is coming. Sends shivers down the child. This mother is coming is another thing. So there is no way the absence of one figure will sure have an impact on that child.
Okay, so that's one aspect of bad parenting.
One aspect of bad parenting. And the good side is, if one of them is late, you have no choice than to better the life of these kids.
Okay, what are those other things that we could look at that could be a signal of bad parenting?
Okay, let me allow Remy now.
Another signal is when a child is suddenly getting overbearing, maybe at home or outside, then there is something wrong with the parenting. For example, when you have a parent that is all assuming, they don't want to listen, especially when a child is reaching the stages of teenagers. They don't want especially the new age. Unlike those days when you live under strict rules till you get married. These days they want to have their freedom as early as possible. But when that happens, when the parent,
Jumoke, do you agree with that? I've seen that in recent posts about, especially parents, the people who say they are parenting coach or coaches, as the case may be. They say that we live in times where you should have negotiations with your children.
No.
What I mean by giving them the freedom is the situation where you put things on the table and let them have a say as well.
Yeah.
Not like what you say
is the yeah. Let me come from this angle.
Okay.
What I want to say is this: at that age of puberty, teenagers towards their early 20s, kids of nowadays tend to have their own freedom. But how do you mitigate that it won't affect their life? Is by try as much as possible, come down to their level and become their friends. By being their friends, they will be able to talk to you more, reduce yourself to their level completely. That's another way of good parenting. If you don't do that, you want to be overbearing, you want to be the alpha and omega, that's when participative family discussions comes in. Let them have their say. Okay, mommy want to maybe you as a mother now, they know that in their hostels, boys used to talk about Indomies a lot. And you yourself as being an old being an noodles, being an old school, you like Eba, all those solid foods. Why don't you call them? Kids, come tonight, so what can we you say the noodles, this, they will start mentioning it. What now? Today, let's do this thing. Why don't you give me part of your noodles? I give you part of my Eba. Let's eat together on the table. If you can take one or two, they will know that okay, mommy is listening to their own side of view. But instead of being overbearing, you come to their level. You talk to them as if they are talking to their age mate. From there, you pick one or two things, because it takes a lot for those kids of nowadays to just open up on what is wrong with them, except they have the full confidence of whoever they want to open up to. And when the parents are not there, then there will be that's why the problems keep pouring in.
And then time has changed.
Things are not like before.
Yes.
Where you use the Jagaban way.
Can you then, Remy, tell you what your mom said? Remy, today we are eating beans in this house.
My mom used to say.
She will tell you that, Remy. You said, Remy, what should he eat in this house? Deep inside of her, she already knew what she wanted to cook. She's just pushing it. Say, money, what will you say? Rice. You say no, let's eat yam. You say, since both of you cannot reach a conclusion, we'll cook this. She knows what she's doing now.
My mom used to say, only those Oyibo kids do have
options.
That here, you don't. Only if you are shocking, you go sing on bed. Now is what you have. Is what you have. Even if you don't want to, you want to waste my food, Abby, you must eat by fire by force. But these days things have changed. When you keep doing that to your kids of this present age, they turn another thing entirely. He might decide not to eat again.
And there's another thing, especially I think that it's very important for me. I'm a young parent. So I'm not as old as Olajumoke when it comes to parenting. No, I'm not talking about
the years.
I'm talking about years of parenting now. You know, but basically, one of the things that I have discovered is before children get to that point where you know that they are already having a mind of their own. You know, there are some certain things that must already be, implanted in them.
That, okay.
For instance, I have girls in my house. If my husband decides to reprimand any of them, so what I see some parents do, leave there, and then the child cries, and then the mother will carry the child and be sorry, don't mind your daddy. There's a way I feel that it sends a message to the child's head or mind that
You have a savior.
Daddy is wicked.
Mommy
is the savior.
Yes.
You know, so when daddy reprimands you, daddy is bad.
Mommy
so you
is
know that you go back to mommy. And it divides.
Yes,
I think it divides.
It divides the home. It creates an atmosphere of succor somewhere.
An
atmosphere of.
And it does not even make children to kogbonron.
Sure.
Because the child, when the father is correcting the child will be having his mind. Mommy,
let me paint a picture for you. When we were growing up, we're all girls in my house, and if my mommy should beat you, and she tells you that, don't worry, you know that that is certain. The moment we just heard someone just greet my dad, you start crying because there is no hard and fast rule about it. The one that just comes and my dad is sitting down after eating. How much? You just have this way that let's earthquake just happen. You just get the moment we just start the narration of the event of the day. My dad will just stay on the stand here. There is no way my dad will beat you and my mom will say sorry for
parents of nowadays do it. I've seen what I have seen. I've seen a mother who, because in fact, I believe that even if you feel that your partner overdid the punishment,
not in the presence of the kids, you don't tell children. You don't tell your spouse whether it's the husband
or
to the wife or the wife to the husband. You don't tell your spouse in the presence of your kids that or you make your spouse feel like the punishment was too, even if the punishment was much. Let that child go through it. Let the child serve the punishment, and maybe when you and your partner get to your closet, sweetheart, and then it makes the children know that I don't have a place to
right.
When I'm wrong.
Yes.
Wrong is wrong.
When you are wrong, you are wrong.
Wrong is wrong.
And you don't, for a lot of new generation parents now, people do a lot of social media. They go online and see how other parents treat their children. All those kids you see online, many of them are, what's the English now? They are. I don't want to use word that but the truth of the matter is that we cannot afford to raise up our kids by watching by what we read and what we watch. Social media.
What most parents that does that don't know is that there is different angles to everything. Camera is just one side. You don't know what happens on the background. They only show you what they want you to see.
Like that child you were talking about that the mother was making up for and all of that.
Yes.
I don't understand what that video was meant for. But did you know that there are some parents that will take a cue from that?
Of course, yeah.
Sure.
And now start
for me.
For mommy to 3 years old, and then all those stuff that you were doing for a 3-year-old.
I wouldn't want to analyze, with respect to the kids and that parent, I wouldn't want to analyze it the way I felt. Because if I say it, people might not be a bit okay with it. Because I wouldn't do that. When a thief is a thief, no matter how small or big or the volume, that in Nigeria, that's what we call a thief, embezzlement, misappropriation.
Which of the videos are you talking about now?
The kids of Calm Down.
Oh, okay, now. Okay.
Yeah.
You are taking us to the calm down.
Oh, yeah. So, I wouldn't want, but I will say it. A thief is a thief. If I put something where it is, and you went there.
Let me just. I'm not. That little boy, did he steal something? Because the mom was saying, maybe
he has already done the act.
Maybe. She's telling the little chap that laptop, don't let me see it.
Don't let me see there.
So we can't conclude that.
But basically, we're not even looking at whether the boy did. We're looking at
the act.
The guy was able to manipulate
the mother.
Your children manipulate you.
What?
Well, I don't know where they will start from. Because
See, in my own case, I have a little kids, and from the day they know how to do something that I notice it, I train them to hold up to their actions and feel remorse, apologize. I don't stay home most time, and when they did something before, whenever I stopped in now, I drop in, or they just see me, whatever happened, they, Daddy, I do this, Mommy beat me, and I ask, did you say sorry? Say yes. What did your mommy do? Say, don't do it again. Will you do it again? No.
Conversation.
No. And if it is something that she has done before, like she didn't want to do her assignment now, she will tell me, I didn't want to do it now. It's not that I won't do it, but I didn't want to do it now. My mommy beats me. And did you say sorry?
We need
say
to
yes.
take a music
Did you
break.
do it? She will say yes.
We need to take a music break, but before we go for that music break, I'll quickly take out some of these signs of bad parenting: reprimanding the child excessively, disciplining the child in front of everyone. That one, I think that everyone means maybe
in the public
place.
It depends.
Not necessarily in the house.
You when you want to discipline in public, you don't
make it look like you are doing a show.
Or
like,
you don't step on their ego that will destabilize or demoralize them.
Then make it like another sign of bad parenting is when all you do is you give advice, you don't give encouragement. There's no encouragement. Then withholding of affection is also another sign of bad parenting. Sure. Lack of support. Then comparison, especially people who have children.
This one is
people
better than this.
People say, children are different.
Sure.
I have a set of twins. My girls are not the same.
Sure.
You can't even compare. You can't compare. You cannot compare children to themselves.
Children,
Okay. Then when you're criticizing, there are a whole lot, but we don't want to just run through. We want to talk about them. I want you to be a part of it as well. We'll take this music break. When we come back, we'll open the lines for you to call and also give us your thoughts on this. All right, welcome back from that music break. We're back and we're still talking parenting. And let's quickly take your calls before we wrap up our thoughts on the table here. 08162519991. That's the number to call. 08162519991. Okay, so while we expect a caller from the other side, Jumoke, you are going to add something while we're talking about signs of bad parenting.
Yes, I was about to say that we should be consistent in our discipline. This is me, your mother.
And your parents, your children should know
that this is me. They should know that if mom comes around, I should expect that if this thing is wrong, then there's a punishment for it.
Okay.
So we should be consistent in our discipline. We should make them understand that my mommy is one-way traffic. So they should know that even if someone is saying outside that if my mom say, don't even try with my mom, I can say that about my parents anywhere, any day. That if you should do anything wrong on your own, you've done the permutation,
punishment.
You know that the only thing that can save you is maybe it's not even certain.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Who is speaking with us?
This is Pastor Pala calling from Owe.
Thank you for joining us. Please go on.
Yeah, I want to commend you guys for this interesting topic.
Thank you.
Very, very interesting. There is no formula to bring up a children. But the only thing I can say that the Bible says that we should bring up a child the way he should grow, so that when he grow up, he will not depart from it.
True.
So we have to be disciplined in whatever we are doing, both mother and the father. And just like my sister Olajumoke said, when the father is trying to scold a child, the mother should should also back the father up. When you are trying to save that child from the father or from the mother, you make the other person very wicked. The children will hate their father or their mother, and they love their mother or their father. They see their father as a wicked person, or they see their mother as a wicked person. So the responsibility of a father and a mother at home is to join hands together to bring their children up, so that they will not be taught. When they grow up, they will mix up in the society. The problem we have in Nigeria now is we have so many single parents that cannot take care of their children. Some of them, they are in the school, they don't even know what they are doing. They don't even check up on them and know what they are doing. And that's the reason why we have so many problems in Nigeria today. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much for your contribution. I saw something online about one of the good signs of good parenting is that you are not too loving.
Yes.
You know that love that you love a child. The child knows that mommy love me gone. Especially when he's one, he's almost or he's the only boy.
And even
I'll be the only girl. Do you have a call?
Even when you have that you should be very careful.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Afternoon, sir. Afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon. What's the name, please?
Yeah, that's Mr. Daniel Salami from Ogotopa.
Thank you for joining us. Please go on very quickly.
Okay, yeah. Please, you see, somebody was saying that maybe there's a place to correct child. I want to tell you, all this new life we are playing, if you contribute to all this character this children are doing. As for me, if it's in the market, my son or my daughter commit offense, I will correct her on that spot. I don't want to pamper them. By pampering them, we are giving them chance to continue behaving. How can a child do something and you are saying sorry, or that you get home? There was a time my son committed an offense in the home. I went to his class. I told his classmates, that's how you do to your parents. They said, no, here's what this one is doing. All of them say, sorry. You talk to him. If you don't talk to him next time, if you did it, you have not allowed her to continue his education. I want to tell you, all his friends talk to him, and he changed. Since that time, I've never seen this type of action in him again. So I tell when we say we want to papa child this or that, it's not done. And they personally to me, he said that from a group that they say child abuse. I want to tell you, if I discipline my son in any way I can, if it will flog him and let blood come out of his body, let that people come and take me to jail. If they even find me $1, I'm not going to pay. I prefer that jail. But if I come back from the jail, I know the mother and the child, I cannot meet them in my house. That's the end of the marital life. And I will cause that child. Because the way our parents bring us up, where we were, I want to tell you, if they went even to about a kilometer to go and bring my kid, I cannot live where my father asked me to stay. I will flog me. And nobody should talk. But nowadays, they flog them. And they go and bring, they say child abuse. What child abuse? All this...
Thank you so much. We really would have loved to continue with that conversation, but we really have to let you go. Let's take one more call before we wrap it up at this end. Can we really wrap up this topic? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, you're on. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
This is Comrade Jele Akaribo, calling from Ondo City.
Thank you for calling, Comrade. Very quickly, please.
You see, the problem we have in this country is not that parents pamper their children. The problem we have is that parents don't have enough time to take care to correct their children whenever they make mistakes. Parents are no longer committed to the proper upbringing of their children because of what they want to eat. That is what they are looking for. So it's not that parents pamper their children. Let parents have enough time, like it happens in those days, when parents will sit down with their children and begin to tell false stories that they will learn a lot from. Let parents have time. Let parents devote time for their children.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you, Comrade. Thank you. We have to go. Remy?
Well, my last take is that this thing can't stop here, but there is no formula for a good parent or good parenting. All you have to do is make sure you are a good example to your kids. That's all. When you show good example, good character, and you lead them the right way, then just leave the rest for God.
Well, I would like to tell our listener out there that you can watch this video on our YouTube page, and you can log on to Facebook. Check us there. If you are unable to catch up with us at the beginning of the program, you can go there and you see the full gist of it. When I will say that as a parent, you're responsible for correcting and guiding your kids. But how you express your corrective guidance makes all the difference in how a child receives it. So that's from me to you. My name is Olajumoke, Omotoso.
And don't forget that we already said that we cannot exhaust all that it is to parenting. We'll find time to come back again and talk about it. Be consistent in the act of parenting and ensure that you map out strategies as well. You have to be deliberate in parenting, of course. Whatever you do, you have to be deliberate when you're training your children. Next week will be another time on the program. Thank you for being a part of it. My name is Moninkanola. Ogidan. Have a beautiful weekend.
Adaba 88.9 FM.